Growing up, I was quite insecure, to be honest. I avoided most social interactions, especially bars and clubs, and I didn't like going out. When I did, sometimes I couldn't flirt with women. Just watched my friends, who are way more charismatic than me, do all the talking and, just stand next to them awkwardly. Maybe you can relate to that feeling. And for years, I thought being introverted was a massive disadvantage in dating. But after doing thousands of cold approaches and coaching hundreds of guys, I've discovered something counterintuitive. Your introversion can actually be a superpower when it comes to attraction if you know how to leverage it correctly. So today I'm going to share my top 3 flirting secrets specifically designed for introverts. These are techniques I've personally tested and refined over time, and they don't require you to be somebody who you're not if you're more on the analytical side. So let's get into it. Secret number 1, strategic silence. The first secret is what I call strategic silence. And it's the most powerful tool introverts have that extroverts often lack. If you ask a clueless person about flirting, they would say it's about having a good line, a good opener, making jokes. They focus on the words. But that's not what creates sexual tension in an interaction between a man and a woman. Instead, learn to embrace silence deliberately. When you ask a question, ask it clearly and then shut up. Create space for her to fill. This does one of 2 powerful things. First, it puts you in control of the conversation's pace. You're not frantically trying to avoid awkward pauses, you're intentionally creating them. Second, it makes her invest more. When you're comfortable with silence, she will work to fill it. She will share more, ask you questions, and become more engaged. I remember this situation on a date. I asked this very attractive woman what she was passionate about, and then she gave a very brief answer. But instead of me immediately following up after she paused, I just maintained eye contact and waited. The silence seemed forever. It was probably like 5 seconds. And then something amazing happened. She started opening up on a much deeper level that if I would have just, moved on to the next question right away, and this way I really got to know her. And I don't just do this on dates, I do this in the initial interaction on the street as well.
I never felt like super excited to be there. I felt like there's more to life, so I move around a lot.
Okay.
That's all I want to say.
Most guys never experience this because they're too busy planning their next line. They're already 5 steps ahead. So here's how to implement the so-called strategic silence. Ask a question. Maintain relaxed eye contact. Count to 3 in your head if you have to before responding. Notice how she fills the space. This technique alone will separate you from 90% of men, and it leverages your natural introverted tendency to observe rather than entertain. Secret number 2, the reverse investment principle. The second secret is understanding the investment principle. And this is where most introverts get it completely wrong. Many introverts think they need to compensate for being quiet by putting in extra effort, texting first, planning elaborate dates, showing high interest early. This is completely backward. You're not gonna, win a girl over that way. The truth is, people value what they invest in. When someone puts effort into you, they subconsciously decide you must be worth it. This creates a powerful dynamic for introverts because instead of trying to win her over, focus on creating opportunities for her to invest in you. Here's how it can work in practice. After you approach a woman and establish some connection, some comfort, rather than continuing to perform, pull back slightly. Let her come to you. Be quiet. If you're talking in a social setting, engage her for a few minutes and then excuse yourself and walk to someone else and talk to someone else. Unlike extroverts who might dominate an interaction, who enjoy all the attention they're getting while they're talking, as an introvert, you can create curiosity. She will wonder, why isn't he trying harder? Why did he walk away when things were going well? This is the seed for attraction. It's not about playing games, it's about creating space for her investment. You want to balance it out. I use this approach constantly in social environments. I'll talk to a woman briefly, create some connection, and then say, hey, I need to catch up with my friend, or hey, I'm getting another drink, or whatever it is. And it was nice meeting you. And then the number of times women have later approached me at the same venue in these situations is insane. Like, it's a big part of my social circle game. When you're in a relationship or dating phase, the same principle applies. Don't be the one, always texting first, planning everything, or being overly available. You have to create space for her to pursue you. This approach works particularly well for introverts because we naturally need to have alone time anyway to recharge, so you might as well use it strategically. Secret number 3, the power position. The third secret is what I call the power position, and it completely flips the script on traditional flirting advice. Most dating advice tells men that they need to prove themselves to women. For introverts, this creates immense pressure to perform, right? Be interesting and keep the conversation flowing and all that stuff. Instead, adopt the mindset that you are evaluating her to see if she meets your standards, not the other way around. This simple mental shift changes everything. Your body becomes more relaxed, your questions become more genuine, your entire vibe shifts from seeking approval to giving it. Yes, we're still the man, right? We still do the approach, we still give her a compliment, and we communicate our interest and that we're attracted to her. But it comes from a different frame. I remember coaching a client, he was a smart software engineer, terrible anxiety around women. And we worked specifically on that one mindset shift. The breakthrough came when he finally internalized that he had value to offer and didn't need to impress every woman that he met. I made him realize that he's a man on his mission. Outside of dating, he had good mindsets around self-improvement. He had a personal trainer, and he even took the risk to seek out a dating mentor, me, and start to work with him. That's attractive stuff right there. I told him he just needs to get better at internalizing those wins that he had for himself and start being proud of it. So after I hyped him up like that, the next time he approached someone, instead of thinking, I hope she likes me, he thought instead, I wonder if we will connect in a meaningful way. So his entire presence transformed from then on. So here's how to implement this. The next time you go out specifically to approach women, before you do a little meditation and remind yourself of 3 specific values or qualities that you bring to the table, that you bring to a relationship. And when you're then out actually talking to women, ask questions that genuinely help you understand if she aligns with what you want in a woman, and be willing to walk away if the connection isn't simply there. This approach is perfect for introverts because it removes pressure to perform, and it lets you engage from a position of genuine curiosity rather than anxiety, bringing it all together. So these 3 secrets, strategic silence, the investment principle, and the power position, they create a flirting style that leverages your introverted nature rather than fighting against it. The beautiful thing is, you don't have to fake being extroverted. You don't need pickup lines. You don't need to remember ABC flowchart routines or wear a fake alpha male mask when talking to women. But there's one non-negotiable. You must take action. You still need to approach the woman. You still need to initiate the conversation and put yourself in social situations where you can apply these principles. Even if you become a famous DJ tomorrow with women, admiring you for your fame, you still need these fundamental skills to actually create genuine attraction and move things into an intimate level. So that's why cold approach is so crucial, even for introverts. Like, you need about, I always say, around 500 approaches to develop these skills fully. With the right coaching, most men can achieve this within 4 to 12 months. Once you've built this foundation, your social media presence and social circle after you did the 500 become powerful extensions of your authentic self with the right guidance, again, by a coach. So please believe me this, your introversion isn't a weakness. It's actually your secret weapon in a world of try-hard alpha guys who talk too much and listen too little. If you're struggling to implement these principles that I'm sharing here on this channel and you want personalized guidance, or you just want to speed things up, you can check out my social transformation program. It's a 4-month one-on-one mentoring program where we take you by the hand and help you become the guy who can approach any women anywhere in an authentic way that suits you. We do this by giving you full support through personalized one-on-one calls, connect you with wingmen in your city, and give you 24/7 chat support for anything you need during this time. On top of that, we give you access to over 50 hours of specifically created content that's not on YouTube to help you perfect your game over time. If you're in a rush, you don't want to do it over months, you want to speed things up, you can join one of our upcoming intensive 3-day live boot camps. We work with you side by side. I just wrapped up 2 workshops in Berlin and Poland, and the guys had to say this about the workshop afterwards. So link is below for a free consultation call. It's free. Trust me, it's worth it. I'm gonna talk about your specific situation and create a plan that suits you, because I want that you get the results you desire. I want you to be able to manifest beautiful, wonderful women into your life. That being said, thanks for watching. Hope it was useful, and I'll see you in the next video.